Hi, I'm Symphoneers, and I'm coming to you from Early Access today with a burn deck from viewer Audio Evil. Thanks, Audio Evil. If you'd like to submit a deck for me to play on Early Access videos and streams and stuff, feel free to stop by the Discord and follow on Twitch to actually catch this stuff live. So anyway, yeah, we're doing a burn deck today. A lot of it's kind of standard or traditional burn. We have the creature core that you're probably used to in Monastery, Swiftspear, Kamana Faces Caucason, Bloodthirsty Adversary. All these are just great kind of efficient threats that, like Bloodthirsty Adversary, can rebuy burn spells. Monastery Swiftspear gets pumped whenever you cast stuff. Kamano just really nice and efficient, dings the opponent, etc. So all that's, you know it, you love it. New additions to the deck that we're working with are Khenra Spellspear. This is a trample prowess threat, which we have, I think, one of in Standard, or there's one or two similar creatures in Standard. The nice thing about Khenra Spellspear is that you can dump 3 mana, we're never paying the blue is non-Phyrexian, you can dump 3 mana into the transform, and you get a double prowess ward 2, 3/3 as the transformed side, which is great. It's kind of a mana sink that you can dump some mana into if the game goes kind of awkward and long and maybe a couple other creatures got removed or whatever, and you just want, you know, a big meatball threat that will get just absolutely huge as you throw some Ancestral Angers or whatever on it, you know, your cheap cantrippy stuff, or as you sling out Play with Fires and etc. And it can hit the opponent for like 7 pretty trivially, so that's neat. I'm curious to see if we'll actually be like flipping it, you know, semi-often or not. Who knows? It's one of the things to keep an eye on in testing. As far as other new cards go, we're running 3 Bloodfeather Phoenixes. Bloodfeather Phoenix, just a nice recursive threat, kind of in the vein of Phoenix Chick, although the Phoenix effect or clause for this one is just that anytime we cast a burn spell that hits the opponent or a battle, basically, we can pay an extra red to get it back from the graveyard, and it'll gain haste until the end of turn, so that's nice. It's just a very kind of like easy, clean way to get a attacker back out of the graveyard and hitting face. We are also running 3 Invasions of Regalatha. This is a very like full-on burn card in that the 4 damage to the opponent or a battle is the most relevant or like most frequently valuable part of the card. Dinging things for 1 can occasionally clear out like a token blocker or something, but we're not really relying on that all that much. Or maybe we're doing something like post-combat or assembling a kill with like lightning strikes or something and to that effect, but on its own it's a little bit wimpy. As it does flip into a pretty good prowess threat for us, a 4/4 prowess that does the kind of Torbrand damage pump thing on non-creature sources, so all our burn spells. Although the flip costing 5, or like the battle having 5 health, means we're not going to be trying to flip it super regularly. Mostly if we have like a couple creatures on board, if we're ahead, and we can afford to flip it to, you know, make our lead even more significant, that's where we're mostly looking to flip it. Otherwise, we are just, you know, doming them for 4, maybe killing something with a 1 damage ping, and kind of going from there. Aside from all that stuff, we are running 4 Stoke the Flames, which is just a nice 4 damage burn spell with Convoke. Love to have a 4 damage burn spell that can hit face back in Standard, that's, you know, as flexible as Stoke the Flames. We're running 2 Blazing Crescendos just for a bit of pump and card advantage, and we are running a bunch of burn in Play with Fire, Lightning Strike, and I think I've talked about everything else. 3 Mishra's Foundries and a Sekenzan in the mana base just for, you know, standard mana-based value stuff, and that is more or less everything. So, if you like this video, like the deck tech, subscribe, and etc. helps the channel a lot. I forgot to mention, Tanuki, another viewer, also submitted a burn deck, so we'll be taking a look at that deck partway through the video, or we'll be switching. It's a similar build with a few key different cards that I'll cover in a kind of mini deck tech in the middle. Now let's get into some gameplay. This hand looks pretty fine. Yeah, early Swiftspear and a bird, and then we have some burn to work with, Mishra's Foundry if we run out of stuff to do. We'll get the Swiftspear chipping away at them. do the Bloodfeather Phoenix on too. Yeah, I'm curious to see how the new Urobrask performs. Just be lazy and do the Phoenix now. Honk honk. Black-white for the opponent. Jadar. I see. I think we shoot Jadar. And do we just shoot face too? Maybe. This is fairly aggressive, but I mean, we're playing a burn deck. What else are we doing? Opponent down to 10. Catilda of the Dawn, Heart, Coven. Ancestral Anger on the Spellspear. Let's do... I just don't like giving them a mana dork. So, we should be okay now, because we do have, you know, 4 damage to face. Understandable, good games to the opponent. I like this hand. Just Kamano into... Do we want the counter on Bloodfeather? Bloodthirsty Adversary lets us leverage the counter faster. This hand's not having any burn is also a little bit awkward. I want to give it a shot. Or I'm curious. If we're versus an opponent with removal... Bloodfeather Phoenix outsizes... Well, both outsize a cut down. Zeotora's... Thalia's a bit awkward, potentially. I would like to do... I kind of want the counter on the Phoenix. I'm concerned that they might clog up the ground. If they clog up the ground, I think the power is more useful to us in the air. And if they just kill the Phoenix, then we can bring the Phoenix back. Melira, hi, good to see you, good to have you. So, we would like to do... what? Thalia is a whole thing. Thalia's gonna make our turns slower. I kinda wanna do setup turn. If they burn Melira here, that frees up a attack for etching, which I'm fine with. They opt not to. We'll do this. So yeah, this turn's a little bit dirtly, which is not totally ideal. But we get in with the Phoenix, hit them for 3, and then on future turns we have a bit more flexibility to like Blazing Crescendo the Phoenix, Lagrella the Magpie. Okay. I like never see Lagrella, so I'm into it, or like Lagrella's fun. Let's do... Let's do a thing. We have valid attacks with the team, more or less. We pump whatever they block with Melira, or whatever Melira blocks, rather. Big attack for 3. I miss a mix. Appreciate you stopping by. Always good to see you. Good to have you. We're playing a burn deck currently. Our opponent did... I think I'll do this. It's a little bit awkward because we do lose the etching. Or like the etching still trades with Melira. But I like taking the Melira ability off the field. We really would like some other burn though. Potentially it would have been more correct to do that on one of the Swift Spears if we hit like a couple burn spells and we think our reach will be good. Our opponent chucks out a Catilda, so they will have access to a lot of mana in pretty short order. I want Sekensen as a land. I want the Spellspears. I think we just want both of the Spellspears. So we can, if we draw land, we can cast the Bloodthirsty Adversary, do a pump on a Spellspear, swing with the team, or something like that. 5-color legends? Or it's looking kind of like 5-color legendsy. This is a problem. Oh no. Boy. So, Spellspear flip time, I think. Don't... things are getting real bad real fast. Yeah, our bird getting exiled is rough, because if we had the bird here, or like chipping away for the past couple turns, we'd probably have killed them by now. And if they... yeah. We will take 4. A bonk. Okay. This is more interesting. If we flip this Spellspear prior to casting Ancestral Anger, that potentially gives us some options. Although... if we hit burn, we probably want access to the burn. So I'm going to hope that we hit something good off of this. Sure. Let's do Bloodthirsty Adversary, no kicker, just to shove damage. Attack all. Worried about their mana. They have access to what, 8 mana? And we will play with... I think we just play with Fireface. Hi, Tanuki. Good to see you, good to have you. Thank you again for the sub. Much appreciated. We'll be getting to your deck right after this one. Or yeah, they'll be kind of... we're playing all the burn decks in a block. Yep, this happens. I don't think we want another Spellspear. And we're just good off of prowess damage. Woo! Had me a little worried for a few turns there, but we do get the victory. I think I like this hand. It's a yeah. It's a little bit threat heavy. Like we maybe would have liked another land or another burn spell or something, but it's pretty fine overall. I might try to get the Spellspears down. Just cause they are new and a prowess threat and seem decent. Zeator's Proving Ground. I'm concerned, I just said all those things, I'm concerned about our opponent playing removal given that they are on Jund. So let's get the Phoenix down as just another way to do threat development stuff. Invasion of Tark here. Dinging the Khenra for 2, sure. Let's do another Spellspear. Hit our opponent. I think I want to save the play with fire. This might be slightly incorrect, but I'm curious. Invasion of Ixalan. Sure, a bunch of battles. Opponent looks at the top 5, gets a permanent. Invasion of Asgul. Ooh. Creature or planeswalker and loses 1 life. Will toss the Phoenix, absolutely. We will hold this play with fire then, because we want to our best play now by a mile is just the play with Fireface. Don't need another adversary. Auto pay for the Phoenix. Start blasting. Bing bang bing bong. Opponent to 1. Which is pretty good. Oh, Red Questing Beast. I appreciate what the opponent's doing, but we were very fast this game, or we've been very good with, this deck. Running very well. Wow, good sentences, me. I think I have people on mute, by the way. Or I should unmute people, because it's early access, and early access people are actually cool and good. Next up, we're taking a look at Tanuki's version of Mono Red Burn. A lot of shared cards overall between this and the Audio Evil deck. Big differences would just be the 2 of Urabrasks that can help kind of make our burn spells better and occasionally flip into the great work to do just a whole pile of nonsense. Yeah. So, excited for Urabrask, 1 less invasion over Gotha. We're running some Ren's Resolves in this list, just for a little bit more card advantage and selection and stuff. It's a little bit more prowessy in that regard. Also works well with Urabrask, helping to feed us more instants and sorceries to trigger Urabrask. And yeah, 1 more Bloodfeather Phoenix, and I think those are the main differences. 1 more land, if I'm not mistaken. And that's about it, so let's get right back into some gameplay. This hand is a little bit weird, but 2 birds, 2 Spellspears, and a Lightning Strike, like, it's not the worst. Lots of stuff to do on 2. So that seems decent. Bird. Yeah, I think I like the early birds just because black or like Rakdos. If they eat removal, we can, you know, Lightning Strike and get some stuff happening. And hey, Caiaphas. Good to see you, good to have you. Appreciate you stopping by the stream. Jeru and Hazaret. So Hamhawks on almost certainly some kind of like, if not Reanimator deck. No, it's a Reanimator deck, or like Mardu Legends, Mardu Reanimator type of thing. Jeru and Hazaret, of course, working very well with other Reanimatory types of builds. I wonder if we just try to power through. Like, get a Spellspear down. I'm a little bit worried that I'm supposed to, or like a big concern here is that I'm supposed to zap the Goblin, because the Goblin gives them a treasure which might open up a reanimation effect. On turn, I guess post-combat it's less concerning. Oh, what did we get there? Shieldred 5, Do wish we'd drawn a land at some point. Might have made our sequencing a little bit better. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hey, the Cloche Man. Cloche? Don't mind me. Appreciate you stopping by. We'll sacrifice a bird here, because we can get the birds back if we draw a land. Yeah, edicts. So far, or like, this is just early access and stuff, already very impressed with the bird's ability to help us retain some value through edicts. It's handy. No land. Bruh. We'll do this and get in with the Spellspear. This is actually running more land than the previous build, so getting stuck on 2 with some Phoenixes in the bin is like... Goblin Shaman goes burn, no blocks. I think letting the Shaman live is probably a mistake. Ooh, hi Atali. We would have drawn a land. Croxicoma, yep. I think we're effectively dead in the water. Woof. Are you at your instant speed? Boy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry, Tanuki, this first matchup. Oof. We were doing good for a second, and then we proceeded to not draw any lands for 5 turns, which is not always a huge issue. Dome for 7, sure. And then Crocs and Khenra does Itali things. I'm probably supposed to like zap something, but we're very dead. So just watch the deck go burr. Yeah, they have to exile 5 at least to do the escape thing, and then Itali happens. Bloodthirsty Adversary doesn't get tapped and attacking, or that's not part of the Itali clause. So yeah, do we have meaningful blocks here? Not really, right? We could? I'm just gonna say good game, because we can't recover from here with the lifelink. Technically, we could throw away our board to, like, trade for the Crocs and Khenras, but it's no good. I will keep this hand. It already has more lands than we drew the entirety of last game, so that's neat. And then we can fire off the Spellspear onto... I think I maybe meant to play with Fireface and just pass through. I don't hate holding stuff in hand, though. Okay, let's do a bonk here. Don't mind me. Sequencing things incorrectly. Well, I'll give this a shot. If they're on Grixis, maybe this is fine? I don't know, I could go either way. I'll keep the bird top for now. And Spellspear. Fable happens, sure. I'm going to be more responsible about the Fable this time. Shoot the Goblin. Bloodfeather, because they're tapped out, and etc, etc. Attack with the 2 3/3s. The opponent is at 9. We have the Swift Spear and Ren's Resolve. We're swinging for 8 by default. Annihilating Glare, bit awkward for them for sure. Haste threats go burr. Good games to our opponent, just able to punish a curve, or like, yeah, slower curve. Thank you for watching the video, and an extra big thank you to the Patreon patrons and YouTube members that help make these videos possible. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.